everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend vlog. Hi, hello. I am here in my very sunny office, as I usually am. I am currently doing some writing after having a long work day, and my brain just refuses to work. But I am behind because for the past week, I have done barely any writing, and my word count goal in Scrivener now is 2,500 words instead of 2,000 like it was before, to make it by my deadline of February 28th. Love that for me. Anyways, let's go downstairs and chat about the books that I'm gonna read this weekend. Actually, I have one up here. So, this weekend I am going in with 2 classics and a fantasy. I think it's fantasy, might possibly sci-fi, but it's like, I don't know what it's a V Schwab. I don't know what it counts as, but either way, I'm enjoying it. So, oh, you know what? It's still upstairs. Damn it! It's in my purse upstairs. All right, well, I got 2 classics, which I guess I'll talk about down here. I started The Blue Castle by Ella Montgomery, which is the classic that I wanted to read this month, and I am currently on page 78, so I will hopefully be reading more of that, maybe finishing it. I also started yesterday Viet by Charlotte Bronte because I have decided to go on a Bronte sister just extravaganza and read all of their books that they have, because I feel like I should. I own every single one of them except for Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte, so, which I ordered because I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. So Viet is the first one that I wanted to read. So I have those 2, and then I have that book I was talking about that's still in my office upstairs because I brought it with me this morning. I had a doctor's appointment, which was a pointless appointment. I had to go in literally just to have them fill a prescription. Useless. We literally could have done it over the phone. But no, they wanted me to go in for no particular reason. All right, so I am also reading Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which I am really enjoying. I am currently 138 pages in, so hopefully I will be finishing this weekend as well. Really, it's just a weekend of me wanting to get as much read as I can because I have plans for another reading vlog series thing to start as of Monday. So I'm hoping that I can get at least Vicious read. I'm not too mad if those classics kind of hang out a little bit as I go into the next week. Obviously, I would like to actually finish a classic this month and keep up my read a classic every month. I know I won't probably finish Viet because it's pretty thick, so I might take that into March and have that be my March classic, you know? It's almost 500 pages. It's very long. But I'm excited to read it because I've looked at Goodreads reviews and people keep saying that it is better than Jane Eyre, which is one of my favorite classics. So excited. That's what's going on. I am going to continue work on Project Dream and see if I can get at least 2,000 words written. I'm currently at 1,500 and I'm right at the cusp of the darkest moment and in going into Act 3 right now. So everything's just great. Everything's great. I love it. And I finally finished out that one scene that I've been working on the one scene that I kept missing every time I wrote a new draft. I just basically wrote in the draft 1, figure this out later. And then in draft 2, I was like, figure this out later. So I finally did, and it wasn't nearly as in-depth as I thought it was gonna go. It was originally a scene where Abby was going to be reading all of these stories from the Autumn Forest. They find a storybook that has a bunch of stories, and it's literally called Stories of the Autumn Forest. She was gonna read it and have a thing happen, but I decided to kind of not have her actually relay all that information in the scene. We start with just a poem that is the opening poem to the book, and then she's kind of sitting there and she's debating with herself as to well, if Shamshir couldn't figure out what was going on in this, what will I be able to figure out? And then her mind is Abby, mysteries are your favorite thing, try it. And so she does, and she has a little moment where she realizes that her nightmares aren't really scaring her as much as they used to. She's gotten kind of used to them, and it's a little less scary to be facing these things when you have friends around you, right? So then after that, she has a dream, and it's really terrifying, and it kind of sets everything else into motion. But it's not terrifying in the way of an actually terrifying nightmare. It is terrifying because something happens in it that makes her think that something is bad is happening in real life. Like, she sees these two people that she knows in the forest and they're magical beings, and she sees them in trouble, and she's like, this is real, this is actually happening, something feels different about this dream. And so she wakes up and Willow calls her, has had basically the same dream. And the next day when she finally wakes up and it's like morning, school's been canceled because the storm has knocked out all the power along their side of the grid. So it's like things are starting to happen, you know? It's fun. But yes, this has been a long introduction. I'm excited for this weekend. Not a lot going on. Hope to read a lot, and I'm gonna take you with me. So I'll catch up with you later. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Saturday. It is very late in the day. It's like, 11:30. And I'm just updating you now because all day today I was filming a video for Friday, I guess. It was a writing-oriented video that turned out to be just a chatty one. Not what I originally had planned to do today, but that's fine. That's what I was doing. Been doing some good progress on Project Dream, which is all you can ask for. But then I sat down and started reading Vicious, kind of around 6-ish after dinner, and I'm now done this. It went really, really fast. That's one thing I love about V.E. Schwab's books, is they read so quickly. At least the ones that I've read have read pretty quickly. And this was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's definitely not a new favorite of mine, but I really did enjoy it. I really enjoyed reading from the morally gray sides, these two men who are just both awful, and reading from both of their sides and seeing the hero and villain in both of them, in a way. It was really interesting. Favorite characters, definitely Sydney. I love her to pieces. She's so sweet, and her power is insane. This was good. I'm gonna have to run it through Copile in the morning, let it sit for a night, and then rate it and see where we're at. But yeah, it was pretty good, and it was a very fast read. That's all that's really been going on. Yesterday I read up to page 80 of Viet, which is awesome. I'm enjoying it, I guess. Enjoying the experience of being back in a classic, for sure. It does definitely feel like Jane Eyre. The writing is quite similar, so that's really fun. The story's not, though. Completely different story, and our main character, Lucy Snow, she is, like, it's written from the first person, like Jane Eyre is, but it's so bizarre that we don't know anything about Lucy, except for, like, what she thinks of other people. We don't really know anything about her. We know that she has an uncle, and we know that she has nobody else in the world to depend on, and that she, at the beginning of this, is leaving a situation and going to France for no particular reason other than the fact that she just wants to. That being stagnant makes her very depressed and very one-dimensional, but being on the move and traveling and, like, physically moving her body too, like walking around a city, makes her come alive, which is really interesting. But we don't know anything else about her because she's such a weird narrator. I'm intrigued by it, and I will keep going with this. But tonight, I don't know what I want to read. I mean, it is 11:30, so, like, I probably shouldn't read anything. There's that. I also have The Blue Castle, which I want to keep reading. But so far, our main character in this one, Valency, she is so fun. She basically, at the beginning of this, is stuck in a place where her family just treats her like she's nothing, and she just kind of goes along with it. She is very weak and meek and, like, doesn't really do much, but in her head she's doing all sorts of stuff. But then she gets the news that she could die within a year or at any point in time, and so she's like, great, I don't have to take any of this anymore. And she like completely changes and she speaks her mind. So that's where I'm at in it right now. So I'm intrigued to see how her story changes from here on out, because I know this is also a love story, I believe. Yeah. Soon she discovers a surprising new world full of love and adventures far beyond her most secret dreams. I'm so excited to see how this turns out, but that's where I'm at, you guys. It's a good time. Another book down for the month of February. Look at me go. I'm gonna leave it here, and I will see you tomorrow. Friends, it is now Sunday and I am living my best life. I walked into a bookstore for the first time in 4 months and I bought way too many things, but here I am, fresh out of bookstore, feeling all the happy vibes. I'm very excited and I'm so pumped that I found that pop figurine. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do a haul now because I'm excited. I decided today to just go out and enjoy myself because it has been way too long since I've been out, and also been way too long since I've driven my car. So it was loud when I started it because it lived through like a deep freeze without me like doing anything to it. So anyways, okay, first and foremost, I found a Critical Role trinket, baby. Oh my god, no one is going to, like, unless you know Critical Role, you won't know. But this is trinket and it's limited edition. So I had to buy it, even though I've only just started campaign 1. I had to buy him. He is the cutest bean. All right, so I bought 3 books. I bought The Kings of the Wild because I've heard it's like a D&D game, and Hannah Long, the person who wrote Hall of Smoke, loves this book. So does G from Book Roast, actually. So I figured, why not? I bought this one because it is a Canadian book. It is part of the CBC Canada Reads finalists. So I decided to do that, and it sounds amazing. Like, the back literally says, one of the blurbs says, smart, sexy, and sincere, an alter Regency romance with fantastical magic and very real teeth. I'm 10 out of 10 excited for that one. And then I bought this next one because my friend says it's her favorite read of the year so far, and she absolutely loves it. And I follow Amanda Liddick on Twitter, so I figured, why not pick up her book? So I spent way too much money today, but I'm supporting local and myself. I have bought way too many books in the past month now. So I should probably go back on that book buying ban I said I was going to be on. When it makes me this happy, it's fine. This lighting is 10 out of 10. Anyways, I'm gonna go home now. I've been listening to the audiobook of The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is a nonfiction book that my friends gave me for Christmas because both of them really, like, they're 2 sisters, and both of them really liked it and said it read like a fiction book because it was so readable. And so I'm listening to it now, and the audiobook became available on Libby, so I figured, let's do it. Let's listen to it now. So I'm listening to that. When I get home, I plan to read more of The Blue Castle and just enjoy my Sunday. So that's what's up. That's what's up. I am very excited to have been out today. Spent too much money, but I haven't spent money in a long time. So we're gonna go home now. Oh, that's cold now. Sad. And read. I'm so excited. Hello, my lovely friends. It is now a fair bit later. It is currently 12:30, and I'm just about to go to bed. But I figured I would do an update on my reading for today because I have some stuff to discuss with you guys. First and foremost, I read up until the 118-page mark of The Blue Castle. I wish I had done more, but we ended up watching the new Stanley Tucci cooking show, or like traveling Rome show, and it was great. And then I got distracted by my phone for a while, which is pretty normal. So up to the page 118 mark, I'm hoping to wrap it up pretty soon. I'm enjoying it still. and I'm excited to see where it goes from where I'm at. And I also made it to the 144-page mark of The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Now this one, I'm concerned about it because while it is very intriguing and very well written, and the story is, of course, just so important. The whole story about Henrietta Lacks is so important to share, and the research that went into this, you can tell it was really carefully well done. But I take issue with the fact that our author, Rebecca Skloot, is a white woman. And also the fact that, like, one of the big things in this book is the aspect that Henrietta Lacks' family did not see a penny from the millions and billions of dollars that the health industry and the medicine industry got from Henrietta Lacks' cells that were taken from her without her knowledge. They didn't see a penny of it. And from this writing of this book, they didn't see a penny of it. They haven't got compensated for their time, and I feel wrong about reading this book because even though it is incredibly important to know this story, I feel as though it's just this author capitalizing on this story in a way. And same with the movie that I believe Oprah made. Like, the family's getting no proper compensation for their story and their part in these works. So I'm concerned about that. But I'm still gonna finish it. I'm still gonna keep going because I'm very intrigued by the story, and I need to know what transpires in this book with all the research that this woman is bringing up and what the HeLa cells are doing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I think that is an incredibly problematic thing, that it was a white woman journalist who wrote this, and the fact that the family just hasn't gotten compensated. The Lacks family just hasn't seen money from this, which is so weird to me. Like, if you're gonna write a story about a family that hasn't seen a penny from this big institution that took something from one of their members without them knowing it, which is also a big racial issue as well, obviously. That's the point of this book. And then you go write a story about it that becomes like an instant bestseller, and you don't donate at least the money to somewhere. I don't know. I feel like I don't have the right really to be talking about this because I am a very white woman and I don't know the issues that surround this properly. Like, I don't know it because I've never experienced it, but it feels wrong and it's leaving a taste in my mouth. I'm concerned about the fact that it is a white woman who wrote this story. But when I went to go look and see if there were any other books on Henrietta Lacks, there aren't. And I think that's a huge issue that needs to be fixed. Yeah, I don't know about this one. And when I went to look on the Goodreads site for like other people's opinions, a lot of the 1-star reviews were that they were just saying that like this was a story about Rebecca Skloot. It wasn't about Henrietta Lacks. It was about Rebecca's getting the information, and they all took issue with the fact that it was a white woman writing this book. So there is that. So that's where I'm at with those 2 books, and I'm still where I was in Viet when I last updated you with that one on page 81, I guess, wherever that chapter starts. I'm going to continue with this week, and for once, I'm not reading a fantasy book. I'm not in the middle of a fantasy book at all. So, exciting things. But I think tomorrow I'm going to be possibly starting a new a reading vlog video, so I will be diving into a fantasy book right away. Which is pretty great. At least another fictional book that isn't a classic, you know? But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm super pumped to dive into those 3 books that I got today. I'm so ready. Oh my god. I want to read them now. Anyways, my friends, I'm gonna go to bed because I have a meeting in the morning that I need to get to on time. It's over the internet, but I still need to be up and presentable for it. So I will catch you tomorrow to wrap up this vlog. Hello friends, happy Monday. I am here just letting my dog out, but it is so nice in our sunroom. It's so nice and sunny today. But hello, it is officially the last day of this vlog. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed. This weekend, what did I get up to? I read a little bit of Viet. I read a little bit more of The Blue Castle. I started reading The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And I finished Vicious by V.E. Schwab. So it's been a pretty good weekend. Not a whole lot going on. I went to a bookstore for the first time in 4 months and I bought books, which obviously I did because I went to a bookstore. But oh man, it was so nice being in that bookstore. That was my weekend. Not a whole lot going on. It never really is, especially because we're in this panorama. So, you know, it's a time. But it feels so nice to be able to sit in this room again. But yes, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope to catch you in another video very, very soon. And we'll see what the last weekend of February takes us, which is next week, or this weekend coming up. And we shall see how that all goes. I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.